Top 10 U.S. towns that are very cheap but actually livable for retirees. Low cost, high peace of mind. It might sound too good to be true, but these places are real, and they are helping retirees live well without going broke. To be honest, retiring in America often feels like you're paying more just to get less. After decades of hard work, the reward shouldn't be a cramped apartment with sky-high rent and a side of medical debt. Most so-called affordable retirement lists designed for people with massive savings or trust funds. But what if you are working with a fixed income, Social Security, or just trying to live simply, without stress? That's exactly what we're exploring in this video. These towns aren't just dirt cheap, they are actually livable. We are talking safe neighborhoods, local health care, and a slower pace that lets you breathe again. This isn't about luxury, it's about balance. Low cost, high peace of mind, and enough left over to enjoy your golden years, not just survive them. Welcome to Restful Wealth, where we make retirement feel possible again. Make sure to like, subscribe, and let us know which town you'd actually call home. Your ideal spot may be closer than you think. Number 10. Bloomfield, Iowa. A small Midwestern town where the corn grows tall, the neighbors know your name, and your Social Security check goes a whole lot further than you'd expect. Here, the average cost of living hovers around $26,000 per year. Yes, for everything. Housing, groceries, utilities, and even a slice of pie at the local diner. You won't find luxury spas or rooftop wine bars, but you will find peace, community, and an honest sense of calm that doesn't cost extra. Median home prices sit well below $130,000, and rent is still something you can pay without sacrificing medication or heating bills. Add in Iowa's tax-free treatment of Social Security income, and you've got a serious budget-friendly win for retirees. Property taxes? Modest. Healthcare? There are local clinics and nearby hospitals ready to handle most needs without the 3-hour drive or 5-month wait list. Bloomfield isn't flashy, and that's exactly the point. It's for folks who are done with noise, traffic, and overpriced everything. The pace is slower, the smiles are real, and yes, you can still leave your door unlocked without holding a town hall meeting about it. If your retirement goals include simplicity, fresh air, and the kind of community that still hosts potlucks and parades, Bloomfield just might check every box. Especially if you'd rather grow tomatoes than scroll Zillow listings for places you can't afford. Stay tuned. The towns only get better from here. Number 9. Coshocton, Ohio. If retirement had a no-frills, no-nonsense setting on the menu, Coshocton would be the chef's special. Nestled in the rolling hills of central Ohio, this small town doesn't scream for attention, but it quietly checks off a whole lot of boxes that matter when you are living on a fixed income. Let's talk numbers first, because that's where Coshocton shines. The cost of living index sits around 74.5, meaning it's roughly 25% cheaper than the national average. That's not just a budget-friendly stat. That's the difference between scraping by and actually having a little left over at the end of the month. Housing is a steal, with median home prices hovering comfortably below $140,000. Rentals are available too, without the urban drama of long wait lists or security deposits the size of a down payment. Add in the fact that Ohio doesn't tax Social Security income, and you've got yourself a retirement equation that finally makes sense. Now, don't expect big city flash, no artisanal oat milk cafes or jazz brunches here. But what you will find is safety, community, and charm. Think walkable neighborhoods, friendly shopkeepers who remember your name, and senior services that are steadily improving thanks to local investment. Coshocton is also a solid alternative to the overpriced Midwestern cities that get all the retirement hype. Can't afford Columbus or Cincinnati? No problem. This is the real America version that lets you enjoy the Midwest lifestyle without the mortgage that sounds like a ransom note. If you are the kind of retiree who values calm over chaos and wants your money to go further without giving up quality of life, Coshocton is the kind of place that makes you wonder why it took so long to find it. Number 8. Moberly, Missouri. Tucked into the heart of Missouri, Moberly is one of those towns that quietly delivers everything a retiree needs, without making a big fuss about it. It's affordable, relaxed, and just the right size to feel like a true community instead of a sprawling suburb with a name tag. Let's start with the numbers. The cost of living in Moberly is about 22% below the national average, and homes typically range between $130,000 and $140,000. That's a far cry from the inflated markets where retirees need stockbroker-level savings just to own a modest two-bedroom. But Moberly's appeal goes beyond price. The town offers local hospitals, senior care facilities, and assisted living options. So you won't need to drive 90 minutes just to refill a prescription. It's the kind of place where everything essential is nearby: healthcare, groceries, a peaceful park bench, and even a friendly chat with your neighbor. The crime rate is low, the pace is slow, and the atmosphere is welcoming. People here tend to know your name, or at least wave like they do. There's also a charming historic downtown, some scenic lakes, and plenty of community events if you're the social type. No, it's not flashy, but that's exactly the point. Moberly is for retirees who want calm over chaos, connection over crowds, and value over vanity. It's the kind of town where you can actually afford to live, and more importantly, want to. If you are looking for a place where your money goes further and life slows down just enough to enjoy it, Moberly might be your perfect match. Number 7. Danville, Virginia. Danville is one of those towns that quietly punches above its weight. It doesn't make the flashy headlines, but if you're a retiree looking for comfort, affordability, and a little southern charm, this small city delivers far more than its price tag suggests. In Danville, average monthly living costs hover around $776 per person, and that's not just budget-friendly. That's, you can actually breathe territory. Housing is affordable, utilities are reasonable, and you might even have enough left over for some barbecue and tickets to the local theater. But Danville isn't just about saving money, it's about living well on a modest income. You will find beautiful riverfront walking trails, historic neighborhoods, and a downtown that's in the middle of a thoughtful revitalization. The vibe? A little artsy, a little old school, and totally livable. The town strikes a rare balance between small-town calm and big-city convenience. You've got healthcare, grocery stores, coffee shops, and green space, all without battling traffic or draining your wallet. And with its walkable layout, you won't need to drive 20 miles just to grab milk or fill a prescription. Danville has that, just enough energy. Enough to keep things interesting without tipping into noisy or chaotic. And as more people discover its charm, it's evolving. Slowly, sustainably, and without pricing out the people who made it special in the first place. If you are looking for affordable retirement in a place that still feels grounded and gracious, Danville deserves a spot on your radar. It's proof that peace, practicality, and personality really can come in the same package, and you don't have to spend a fortune to get it. Number 6. Fergus Falls, Minnesota. If you have ever dreamed of retiring somewhere peaceful, friendly, and surrounded by nature, but without the coastal price tags or resort town crowds, then Fergus Falls might be your kind of quiet paradise. Just be ready to trade palm trees for pine trees, and a winter wardrobe that means business. This small Minnesota town has quietly become a haven for retirees, with nearly 25% of its population over the age of 65. That's not just a statistic, that's a lifestyle. It means the community is built with retirees in mind. Senior centers, healthcare access, community programming, all of it designed to make daily life easier, healthier, and more enjoyable. The cost of living hovers around $64,000 a year, which may not sound like pocket change, but for what you get, safety, housing, and a deep sense of local support, it's a great value. Crime rates here are low enough to make big cities look like action movie sets. You can walk the lake trail, chat with neighbors, and leave your front porch light on without worrying who's watching. Housing is affordable whether you're looking to buy a modest home or rent something cozy with a view of the woods. And nature is everywhere. Lakes, trails, open skies, and the kind of crisp air that wakes you up better than any espresso shot. Of course, you'll need to be winter ready. This is Minnesota after all. Snow is less of a surprise and more of a personality trait. But if you can embrace the snow boots and flannel, you will find that Fergus Falls gives you peace, space, and connection, all wrapped in a neighborly Midwestern bow. It's quiet, it's calm, and it's designed for people who want to enjoy their golden years in a place that still values real community. We are halfway through the countdown. And if you've made it this far, thank you for sticking with us. Hopefully, you're starting to see that retirement doesn't have to mean sacrifice. It can just mean being smart about where you land. From lakeside calm to small-town comfort, these places are proving that peace of mind doesn't have to come with a premium price tag. If you're enjoying the list so far, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and drop a comment below telling us which town has caught your eye, or where you'd never want to end up. We like honesty around here. The best is yet to come. These next 5 towns could change how you think about retirement. Number 5, Great Falls, Montana. Retiring in the American West usually comes with a steep price, the kind that makes your pensions sweat just looking at Zillow. But Great Falls, Montana breaks that trend. It offers breathtaking views, a relaxed pace, and a reasonable cost of living, all without the financial altitude sickness you'll find in places like Bozeman or Missoula. Median home prices fall between $200,000 and $250,000, which feels like a steal in a state where housing has gone borderline luxury. Whether you are buying or downsizing, you will get more space, more yard, and more peace of mind, without having to bid against out-of-state cash buyers. Montana also offers no state sales tax, which means fewer unpleasant surprises at the register. And while Great Falls has that wide-open, small-town feel, it's far from isolated. You've got an airport for easy getaways, and a regional Veterans Affairs hospital and local clinics make healthcare access surprisingly convenient for a place surrounded by so much open space. Nature lovers, you will be in your element. The Missouri River runs right through town, and you've got access to walking trails, fishing spots, and sunrise views that look like they were pulled from a postcard. Outdoor recreation here isn't a luxury, it's just part of daily life. Yes, winters are long, and snow shovels aren't optional, but for many retirees, that's a fair trade for low housing costs, no sales tax, and a lifestyle grounded in simplicity and natural beauty. Great Falls doesn't try to impress with flash or fanfare. It simply offers the kind of peace, space, and affordability that's getting harder to find in the modern West. And it does it with just the right amount of charm. Number 4, McAllen, Texas. McAllen isn't just warm in temperature, it's warm in attitude too. This is the kind of place where the weather is friendly, the people are friendlier, and your retirement dollars don't feel like they're constantly under attack. McAllen is one of the top cities in the U.S. where Social Security covers the highest percentage of expenses, nearly 35%. That's not a minor perk. That's the difference between staying on budget and living in fear of the grocery checkout screen. Median home prices hover around $120,000, which means retirees are not being priced out by investors with briefcases or couples who say things like, "We just love flipping mid-century moderns." And because Texas has no state income tax, your fixed income actually stays yours. But affordability is only half the story. McAllen also offers something many budget-friendly towns lack: a built-in support system for seniors. Think active senior centers, public clinics, affordable prescription programs, and a robust network of retiree groups and activities. It's a city that doesn't just welcome retirees, it makes room for them to thrive. And then there's the food. Let's just say you won't go hungry or broke. From family-run taquerias to bustling farmers markets, eating well in McAllen doesn't mean sacrificing your savings or your taste buds. The climate is warm year-round, which might be a deal-breaker for snow lovers. But if you are done with scraping windshields and layering like you're going into battle, McAllen's sunshine is hard to resist. The pace is easygoing, the community is tight-knit, and there's just enough to do without overwhelming your calendar or your wallet. McAllen proves that you can retire affordably without compromising quality of life, and you won't have to settle for a remote cabin in the woods to do it. Comfort, connection, and cost-effective living all rolled into one warm and welcoming town. Number 3, Brownsville, Texas. Brownsville is proof that you don't have to choose between sunshine and savings. This charming border town in South Texas offers something rare in retirement: warm breezes, cultural flavor, and coastal vibes, without coastal prices. According to Niche, Brownsville holds the title as the #1 lowest cost of living city in the entire U.S., and it wears that crown proudly. We are talking median home values, just over $122,000, low utility bills, and everyday expenses that won't make your checking account flinch. For retirees living on Social Security or a modest pension, this is the kind of math that actually adds up. But Brownsville isn't just cheap. It's livable. There's a vibrant blend of cultures, rich traditions, and community events that keep the town's energy high without ever feeling overwhelming. Think mariachi concerts in the park, tamales that rival anything you've had, and neighbors who still wave from the porch. And let's not forget the weather. Winters are mild, meaning no snowblowers, no ice scrapers, and no puffer coats that make you look like a walking sleeping bag. Plus, South Padre Island is just a short drive away, offering day trip access to beaches, boardwalks, and Gulf sunsets whenever the mood strikes. Healthcare is accessible, grocery stores are plentiful, and there's a growing community of retirees who have figured out what the rest of the country hasn't. You don't need to go broke to retire somewhere beautiful. Brownsville has quietly become a rising star for budget-conscious retirees, and while it may not be as famous as Florida or Arizona, that's part of its charm. No tourist crowds, no inflated housing bubbles, just a laid-back, affordable lifestyle near the water. So if your retirement dream includes more sunshine, less stress, and a budget that behaves, Brownsville might just be the hidden gem you've been looking for. Number 2. Pocatello, Idaho. Pocatello might sound like the name of a quirky sitcom character, but don't let that fool you. This small city in southeastern Idaho is one of the smartest moves a retiree can make, especially if you're looking to trade chaos for calm and still sneak in a little adventure. Homes in Pocatello still hover around $275,000, which in today's market feels like finding a hidden stash of coupons for life. Compared to its more expensive cousin Boise, where prices have gone full Silicon Valley, Pocatello remains refreshingly grounded. And Idaho isn't just affordable on paper. The state doesn't tax Social Security, which is basically the IRS equivalent of a hug. Add to that a low overall tax burden, and your monthly income gets to stick around longer, like a good friend who helps with the dishes. But what really sets Pocatello apart is its outdoor lifestyle. Surrounded by mountains, rivers, and miles of trails, it's a retiree's playground, especially for anyone who likes their mornings with a side of crisp air and scenic views. Hiking, fishing, skiing, and mountain biking are all minutes from your front door. Healthcare is also a win here. Pocatello is home to highly rated hospitals, regional medical centers, and a growing network of senior services, so you won't need to trade fresh mountain air for a long drive just to see a doctor. And yes, winters come with snow, but it's the pretty kind, not the apocalyptic blizzard kind. It's a city that experiences all 4 seasons, but none of them come with a warning label. Pocatello offers that rare combo: affordable living, great healthcare, natural beauty, and just enough urban perks to keep life interesting without overwhelming your peace of mind. So, if your retirement dream includes mountain views, fresh air, and a budget that behaves, Pocatello might just check every box, without checking you into financial stress. Number 1. Conway, South Carolina. A town that's quietly winning over retirees faster than you can say, property tax break. With its blend of historic charm, natural beauty, and costs that won't make your retirement account cry, Conway is the kind of place that proves you don't need to sacrifice comfort to live affordably. According to Move Buddha, Conway is the most moved-to small town in America. And once you see it, it's easy to understand why. This isn't just another sleepy southern spot. It's minutes from Myrtle Beach, close enough to dip your toes in the ocean, but far enough inland to dodge the high insurance rates and hurricane drama. Conway offers oak-lined streets, a scenic riverwalk, and a historic downtown that's actually walkable. Imagine strolling past boutiques and cafes under 100-year-old trees. It's like stepping into a postcard, but with affordable housing and actual parking. Speaking of which, median home prices are still under $250,000, which feels like a downright miracle for a coastal-adjacent town. You are getting charm, convenience, and real estate that doesn't come with a side of panic. South Carolina also keeps things retiree-friendly, with low taxes and a cost of living that gives your Social Security a chance to stretch its legs. Add in quality healthcare access and a growing network of community resources, and you have got a town that's just as practical as it is picturesque. But Conway's secret weapon is its vibe. It's peaceful without being boring, friendly without being nosy, and scenic without being stuffy. It's the kind of place where life moves at a manageable pace, where neighbors still wave, the coffee is strong, and the days feel just a little longer in the best possible way. For retirees looking for beauty, community, and affordability wrapped in one low-stress package, Conway, South Carolina earns its spot at the top. Well, there you have it, our top 10 U.S. towns where you really can retire well without breaking the bank. From Riverwalk strolls to mountain air and small-town charm, these places prove that affordable doesn't have to mean boring. And livable doesn't have to mean expensive. Thank you so much for watching. Whether you are planning your next chapter or just window shopping for the future, I hope this list gave you a few places worth pinning on your map. If you found this helpful, go ahead and give it a like, subscribe for more smart retirement insights, and drop a comment below. Which town surprised you most? Or better yet, where are you thinking of retiring? Until next time, live simply, dream big, and don't forget the sunscreen.